Hey lovelies, welcome back. It's your girl Katie here, and today's video is going to be my unboxing of Ipsy's July Extra box or bag. I don't know if they're actually calling it a bag now or if it's still considered a box. But anyway, so I'm just going to be showing you guys what all I got, tell you guys prices and all that good stuff. So to no further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. So as usual, I did go ahead and try out some of the makeup products on my face before I film this. That way I can give you guys my first impressions of the products. So starting off, we have the bag. So it does remind me of like summer, kind of like the material and stuff just reminds me of like a beach bag. Anyway, it's kind of cute. It's not really like a bag that I could see myself really using, so I'll probably get rid of it. But you know, it's cute. I'm not really like thrilled they're doing the bags for the extra. I mean, I don't hate it, but I don't know. I'm just going to accumulate a lot of bags each month. That's why I didn't really continue with like I forget what it's called now. The one below the extra box. The one that you get like sample sizes in. That one always comes in a bag, and I would always just accumulate like tons of bags, and you only need so many makeup bags. So I like the idea. I think it's cool, but it like consumer-wise, I think it's kind of a waste because I don't need this many bags. Anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and start with the products that they chose for me first, and then I'll get into my choice items. So first up, we have something here from Skin & Co. And it's the only skincare product in here, which is nice. But this is their Umbrian Truffle Clay Toning Formula Balancing Complex Toner. I don't know. It's really long-winded. But anyways, so this retails for $35. I do like getting toners. I don't really know that I see a big difference when I use a toner. Maybe I just don't use them consistently enough. Let me know down in the comments if you guys use toners and if you think they're like an important step in your skincare routine. I don't really know if they are. In my opinion, like I said, I don't really see a big difference. So it's just in this blue bottle. I do like the color of the bottle, but it's a plastic bottle. I mean, I'll definitely use it and I'll try it out, but yeah, like I said, I just don't know if toning in your skincare routine is like necessary. It does say it's made in Italy, which is cool. I think I've heard of this brand before, but I really don't know much about them. Anyway, so $35 for that. Then they chose this product here from Toy Factory. And this is their Ultra Shimmer Highlighter Palette. This retails for $40. So I did try this out today. Here's what it looks like. I only used one shade, and it was this top shade over here. I think it's called Dollicious. It's the Frosty Opal shade here. I don't know. I probably won't keep this product just because it's nothing really special. Like, it's really pretty. Like, it is a beaming highlighter. It does have, like, shimmer in it, and I'm not a big fan of highlighters that have shimmer in them. I'm sorry if my voice sounds funny. It feels kind of like dry today. I don't know. You know, like when you feel like you have a frog in your throat. I'm not sick. At least I don't think I am. So I don't know I don't know why my voice is doing that. But anyways. So I don't know. It's just I don't like the shimmer in it. Like I'll swatch it. Ouch! I pinched myself. I don't know. It's a little chalky and it is pretty-ish blinding. But I don't know if you guys can tell, there is like some shimmer in it. I don't know, I'm kind of torn. Like, it is really pretty. I just don't think it's anything different than what I already have in my collection. And lately, I've really not been, I don't know, feeling the need to like keep everything that I get in my boxes. Like, I'm kind of being more picky. So if I didn't have any other highlighters, I probably would keep this. But this just doesn't wow me. It's not anything I haven't seen before. I have plenty of shades in my collection that are similar to this. So I don't know. I might keep it for like a bit until like maybe my next declutter and maybe I'll use it, but I just don't feel attached to this product. I've gotten some things from Toy Factory in my previous Ipsy boxes. Their quality is just okay in my opinion. Like, it's not bad, but it's nothing great either. And to be honest, like $40 for this seems pretty expensive in my opinion, especially for a highlighter that has like shimmer in it. I always feel like when you add shimmer to a highlighter, it kind of cheapens it in my opinion, because I feel like that's stuff that drugstore would do. Not that I'm like dissing drugstore, but I feel like that's a way to get that shimmery shine kind of highlighter look, is what drugstores would do, because drugstores are more affordable, they're cheaper. So you expect that from like their quality of stuff, but like if I'm paying $40 for a highlighter, I don't want shimmer in it, but that's just my opinion. That's just how I feel about it. Like I want a nice high quality, I mean $40 is a lot, so I feel like that's a high quality item. Maybe it's not. I'm sure there's more expensive highlighters out there, but I don't know. I don't want something that's going to feel cheap. And $40 is a lot of money, so I don't know. That's just my opinion. And the last product that they chose for me is my Beauty Boost item. And I was really surprised that it's a makeup item this time around. But unfortunately, this product I already own. But anyway, so my Beauty Boost item this month is from Too Faced. And it's the Born This Way Sunset Striped palette. And this retails for $58. I like Too Faced. I know the brand, like a lot of people don't like the brand, but I really like their products. But anyways, so here's what the palette looks like. Anyway, so I didn't use this today just because, like I said, I already own this palette, and there's another palette in the bag, so I didn't try this out. Just because I don't need 2 palettes, I'm planning on getting rid of this. I might pass it on to a family member or just get rid of it. So, but it's a nice palette. I do like it. I've used it before. I don't have any problem with Too Faced's quality. Sometimes they can be hit or miss, but the ones that I own, I like all their palettes. I think it's a nice neutral palette. Definitely a palette that's up my alley. That's why I think I had gotten this in a box before, so I don't know. Because I don't believe I bought this like outright. Like I didn't go to the store and buy this palette, so I think I got this in a past box. So I'm surprised they have it in a box again, because they don't normally repeat. Or at least I've never usually gotten repeat items. But I do like getting these. I hope they put more Too Faced products in their boxes, because I like them. Anyways, moving on. So from here on out is my choice items. So the first product that I customized is from Tower 28. I do like seeing Tower 28 in the boxes. And this is their Make Waves mascara. It's in the shade Jet, which is black. This retails for $20. Now, I didn't try this today just because I don't, I already have other mascaras open, so I don't usually try out the mascaras because I don't want to start that expiration date and I don't want them to dry out before I can use them. So I am curious to try this out. I've heard a lot of good things about Tower 28. I think I've gotten a product from them before in my boxes. I can't remember what it was. I think it might have been a lip gloss or something. I don't know. But I do hope to see more products from Tower 28 in the boxes. And then I chose this product here from Huda Beauty, and this is their Blush Filter Liquid Blush. It's in the shade Intense Guava. And this is what I'm wearing today. And I do have this on my cheeks. I'm not sure how I feel about this product. Like, it's super pink. Like, it's a fuchsia pink, in my opinion. Like, it's a hot pink. Like, it's bright. I'll swatch it, but it's kind of intimidating, to be honest, because, like, I don't usually wear shades like this, and you can get it to, like, blend out, but it's a bit too intense for me. Like, I went in, like, super light-handed with this, and it's really pigmented, so, I mean, it's a good product, but I'm not sure it's, like, one for me. So formula-wise, it's very pigmented, so a little goes a long ways. Like you saw that I put a very small dot, and like that was very pigmented. So I think it's a bit too intense for me. Like, I am wearing it, and I went in super light-handed, and I feel like I still applied too much. Like, it's a little too much for me. It does give that nice, like, sunburnt look, so if you like that look, then I think you'll like this product. But just go in super light, because, like, I barely did, like, a dot. And you can see how kind of intense it is. I mean, it doesn't look bad in person, but on camera it definitely picks up. I will say that it wasn't, like, the easiest, I feel like, to blend out. Like, it dries kind of fast, so you have to work really fast with it, and I don't like products like that because I try not to take forever to blend out my products, but sometimes I'm not the fastest, and I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I tried to blend it out pretty quickly, and it's still, like, I was having trouble getting it to move around, so it just doesn't blend the easiest, and maybe that just has to do with it being a liquid. I don't usually use liquid blushes. I've gotten to where I've liked creams now. Liquids I'm still just not a huge fan of, but maybe I just haven't found the right one. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll keep this product for a little bit to see if it grows on me. But yeah, I don't know. The more I look at it, the more it's not like bad, but I feel like the camera makes it look way more pigmented than it does in person. Maybe it's the lighting in here. I don't know. I don't feel like it doesn't look that bad, but it definitely did give me that flush, sunburnt kind of look, which I know is kind of popular right now, or at least it was. I don't know. I'll keep it for now, but I could see myself decluttering this in the future. Did I say how much? This retails for $23. Alright, and then last but not least from Alamar Cosmetics, this is their Princesa del Caribe. I don't know, I'm butchering that. Princesa del Caribe. This is terrible. I don't know how to pronounce that. But anyways, this is the palette. This retails for $28. I did try this out, and it's currently what is on my lids right now. I don't know. I have mixed opinions about this palette. Like, it's really, really pretty, don't get me wrong. But it's definitely not a palette that I would have chosen for myself. Like, I know I chose this product, but I mean, like, I wouldn't have gone out to the store and just picked up this palette. Like, if I saw this in the store, I wouldn't have just bought it. I chose it as my choice item because I just don't think I like the other options, and I did want to try it out. I mean, like, the shimmers are really what kind of drew me to the palette, but I definitely wouldn't have gone out and, like, paid full price for it. So, I really like the shimmers, or at least the one that I tried out. So, I used this shade as, like, my overall transition shade, and then I use this shimmer over here. This shimmer is really pigmented and obviously really pretty. I'm just not a big fan of, like, the choice of mattes. I don't know, it just feels like a palette that just got a bunch of random shades thrown in there. Like, they don't really make sense to me. I just don't know how I would make, like, a complete look with just this palette. I feel like I'd have to dip into other palettes if I wanted to do more. But that's just my opinion. I'm kind of boring, and I like my neutrals, and this is just kind of way more bright. Like, the one brown that's in here is really a warm brown, and it's kind of too dark. I like cool tone browns. So maybe this palette's just really warm. I don't know. I really don't know why. I just not super drawn to the palette. The only thing, like I said, that I'm drawn to is the shimmers because they are unique. I'll swatch them. So the one that I tried is, like, super blinding and really pretty. And then I'll swatch the other ones. I haven't even swatched the other ones. Like, there's a pink that's really pretty. I will say that the shimmers do feel kind of a little dry. Maybe they're like that foil. I don't know. Maybe they're the foil kind of shimmers. They just feel a little drier than what I'm used to, but they pay off. Like, they're really pigmented. I don't know. I'm not sure this one will stay in my collection just because, just being, like, realistic, like, I would only probably use these two shimmer shades. I would use the brown, but it's not my favorite brown. And I definitely wouldn't use the other three mattes in there. Quality-wise, like formula-wise, the this brown did blend out pretty well, and it's pretty pigmented, so there's not like a quality issue. Like I said, the shimmers are a little drying feeling, but so far I haven't noticed any shimmers falling too bad. Maybe a little bit. So the issues that I usually have, and maybe it's just my lid or my skin, I don't know. But these drier shimmers, they always like tend to flake off or kind of fall throughout the day on me. Maybe if you use like a primer or something that was a little sticky or something, maybe they would do better. But that's why I'm just not really like a huge fan of this drier formula. I always like the creamier ones, but they are really pretty, so I don't know. Those are just small potatoes, but they are really like that kind of chrome kind of look. Like they're kind of they shift to different colors. So like they really are pretty. I don't know. I just can't see myself realistically like pulling this out and using it every day. It would be like a special occasion. But I will say the shimmers are definitely kind of unique. So I don't know. I'm kind of torn. Part of me wants to keep it just for the unique shimmers, and then the more realistic side of me is like, or logical side of me is like, you don't need it. You're not going to use it, and it's just going to sit in your collection and gather dust. So, but I'm glad to have been able to try it out. So we'll see. It might be in my next declutter video, or it might not. We'll see if it makes the cut. And who knows, maybe if I pull it out in my Shop My Stash, I'll grow to love it. Sometimes that does happen. Alright, so that's everything that I got. So the overall value for my box/bag is $204, which is pretty good considering what I paid for the box. So final recap of just going through everything real quick to give you guys my final thoughts. So I got one skincare product, which I'm always happy that I get one, which is what I prefer because I would prefer way more makeup over skincare, of course. So I'm pretty happy that I only got one skincare, and I will definitely use this and try it. Like I said, I just don't know if toning is necessary, but I'll use it. I have it. Wouldn't have gone out and bought it myself, but always happy to try out skincare products, and it keeps me from having to purchase them on my own. And then I got the highlighter, which again, nothing great, not mad about it, but yeah, I'll use it, or I might just declutter it in the future. Like I said, Toy Factory's just not like, the products that I've gotten from them just never have wowed me. They're just, I feel like I'm not trying to be rude, but they're kind of overpriced in my opinion. Like their quality just doesn't seem that great. Like the packaging's not great. It's the cheap kind of plastic packaging, and the formulas are just nothing like wow. They're not any better than drugstore in my opinion, so I'm not really sure how they justify the price tag on this. Like I said, I'm not trying to be rude, but just being honest. So this is just an okay product, nothing really exciting in my opinion. Then I got the blush, which I was really curious to try out this blush because I've heard about Huda Beauty's liquid blushes. It's just the shade's really not my go-to, but I don't know. The more I'm looking at it, the more it's starting to kind of grow on me. So I might keep this around for a bit and just see if I can get it to work a little better for me. Maybe I'll just go in super, super light-handed. Like I said, the only real issue I had is I just wish it blended a little easier, because like those times that you get a little too much in one area, it's nice to be able to blend it out or move it around. And I just feel like it does set pretty quick, but that's just probably error on my side. Like I just need to be quicker about blending and just not apply as much. I'm really excited or kind of curious to try this mascara out because like I said, I've heard a lot about Tower 28. And then I got two eyeshadow palettes, which is really exciting. I would be more excited about this one if I didn't already own it, but unfortunately I do already have this palette. But I do really think it's cool to see in the box, and other people that may have been wanting to try this, I think this is awesome to be like to get in your box. And then this one is, I don't know, I felt like I kind of poo-pooed on this one a little bit, but it is a nice palette and everything, and I'm like glad I got to try it out. It's just really not my color story, but I'm boring. I like my neutrals, but I do really think this is really pretty. It's just not a look that I would wear every day, but I do really like how it looks. Like it's really, really pretty. So I don't know. Like I said, on those special occasions, maybe I'll pull this out and play with it, but I don't know, just as I'm getting older and just I'm trying to be more logical about what I keep in my collection, like really only keep the products that I would use in my day-to-day life. I'm getting more boring, I guess, as I get older. I'm just like, I'll just stick to my neutrals. But it is nice to have pops of colors and options. Like I said, the shimmers are really, really pretty and they're kind of unique. So that's the only reason why I'm like tempted to keep this. And I may keep it for a bit. I don't know. I don't know. The more I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's really pretty. The shimmer is really, really pretty. I think it's really just the mattes. I feel like the mattes are really this like, I don't really draw into the mattes. I'd go for the shimmers over the mattes. So I feel like like I said, it's just kind of one of those palettes that I would have to pull in another palette to like get a complete look. And I just don't like doing that. So that's why I'm kind of like, But we'll see. Maybe I'll play around with it some more and see if those shimmers are really worth keeping. Or I might look in my collection and see if I have anything that's similar. And if I do, then I probably won't keep it. But I do like Alamar Cosmetics. I like the brand. I think their quality is pretty decent. So overall, do I think it was worth it this month? Yeah, I think so, because I did get 2 eyeshadow palettes, and eyeshadow palettes are pretty expensive, so those are always nice to get. I got to try out a Huda Beauty product, which, again, she's kind of expensive, and I got to try out something that I was curious about, Tower 28. I'm sure the mascara is good. The only real product that I didn't really care for was probably this highlighter palette, and really it's not really that I hate it or anything. I just, looking at the price tag, it's just kind of more of a critical point of view from me. I just don't think their quality is great and that they're worth it. Like, I would never go and probably purchase from this brand just out on my own, but you know, now that I have it in my collection, I'll probably play with it a little bit. But like I said, it's really just the fact that they have that shimmer in there. I probably would have kept it if they didn't have the shimmer, but I really don't like shimmery highlighters. And then I got one skincare product, so I think it was worth it for me personally. It would have been way more worth it if, like I said, I didn't already own this. This is really exciting to see in the bag, but that's not their fault. That's just, I already have it. So to me, it was worth it, because there's definitely a couple of products in here that I will use. But anyway, so that's going to do it for today, guys. That is my unboxing of July's Ipsy Extra bag. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, because that really does help my channel. And also let me know down in the comments what you guys thought of my bag this month. But other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. And I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!